Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. This is Diego, your international video producer in beautiful Colombia, South America. Now, this video is the K1 visa process. The K1 visa is a visa that is processed through United States Customs and Immigration, USCIS, to bring your fiancé, man or woman, to the United States to get married within 90 days. Now, this is my opinion, this is my experience with this process for you guys, okay, and ladies. Number one, live with the person for at least 6 months. At least 6 months. Live with your boyfriend or girlfriend at least 6 months. Get to know the individual, what they like, what they don't like, because immigration, their job is to make sure that your fiancé is not trying to commit immigration fraud. Now, you're madly in love with this person, this man or this woman. You're madly in love and you want to get married and bring her to the United States. Okay, that's great. But immigration is going to check you out. And they're going to check your fiancé out. They are going to check you out like you wouldn't believe. They're going to run police checks. FBI. Now, everything. So you want to get married, you've met this woman of your dreams, or this man, and you've lived together for 6 months at a minimum. Okay, keep every single receipt. You take her to the dinner in a restaurant. You take her on a trip. For example, in Colombia, let's say you go to Montserrat or the Gold Museum, or you go on a plane ride to Cartagena or somewhere like that. Keep your plane receipts, your boarding passes, keep everything. When you buy your plane ticket to fly to Colombia, keep your boarding passes. When you fly back to the United States, keep your boarding passes. When you travel within Colombia, transmillennial, flights, buses, keep receipts, everything. When you go to the store and you buy groceries, keep the receipts. I recommend you get a credit card, and you can use a credit card in Colombia. Get a credit card that does not charge you a foreign transaction fee. There are some out there. If you want to rack up a bill on top of your bill, then use a credit card that charges a transaction fee for overseas purchases. Okay. So, you spend at least 6 months with your fiance. Go down there to Colombia. You can get a 6-month visa. You do 3 months, and then you get an extension to your 3-month visa. You get another 3 months. That's 6 months. That's enough time to get to fully know the person that you are madly in love with and you want to get married to. Okay. Every time you purchase something at the supermarket, go on a trip, wherever it is you go, get your receipt and tape it to a white sheet of paper like this. Tape it for everything. I don't care what it is. If you buy your fiance a pair of shoes or clothes or a purse, keep the receipt. Tape it to a piece of white paper with a date. Okay. When you get back to the United States and you've got all this information that you've collected in 6 months, you want to wait at least another 6 months before you file the K1 visa. At least have a 1-year minimum relationship with this person. Not 3 months, not 4 months, at least a year. Okay? And keep all the evidence of your communications, your text messages, your WhatsApp messages, your Yahoo Messenger messages. So if you talk to your fiance today in WhatsApp, at the end of the WhatsApp conversation, if it's not private, print it daily. Have a minimum of 1 year's worth of communication with your fiance. Every couple of days, print your communications. Put it in a binder. This binder is my communication with my fiance for 1 year. Separate it into months. January, February, March, April, May, June. Tab it. Have at least 1 year of communication with your fiancé. Live with her or him for at least 6 months. I repeat, you do not want to make a very big mistake and marry this person in the United States and they turn out to be a very bad person. Don't make that mistake. It will cost you a lot of money. It will cost you a lot of headaches and a lot of legal issues with immigration. You don't want to go down that road. Immigration is strict, they're tough, and they don't care about you or your fiancé. What they care about is protecting the integrity of the United States of America and the frontiers. That's what they care about. They couldn't care less about you. In fact, they are going to look for stuff that will block your fiancé from coming to this country. They're going to look for stuff. Red flags. Make sure you are absolutely committed in this relationship and it is real and that you are in love with this person. Because if you are not, immigration will find out and you will pay a price. Okay. So you got all this evidence of you in your relationship with your fiancé. Phone records, printed, receipts, plane tickets, boarding passes. I don't care what it is. You buy her a gift. If it's a small gift or a big gift, buy him or her a gift. Keep the receipt. And have a minimum of 1 year of documented relationship. So binder number 1 is going to be full of communications in WhatsApp, Yahoo Messenger, emails. And then when you're together, take photos together. Lots of photos. Thousands of photos, hundreds of photos. You're going to want to submit at least 30 pictures to immigration over a 1 year period in different places in Colombia or whichever country it is you're in. At a minimum, 30 pictures. So you went to Bogota, you're at the museum, take pictures together. Take pictures with your fiancé's family, brothers, sisters, uncles, nieces, nephews, mom, dad, grandma, grandpa, abuelo, abuela, tío, todo. Photos, photos, photos. Not selfies. Selfies are good. But immigration know that you're with her now, or with him, and a selfie doesn't tell immigration a thing. It tells immigration that you're with this person. It doesn't show interaction with family. It doesn't show interaction with friends, okay? When you are engaged to be married to somebody, the whole planet should know about it, including all of her friends, or all of his friends, family, etc. So you're going to have pictures with family, not just selfies. Oh, selfie. Oh, selfie. No, selfies are good, but lots of pictures with family. Okay, so you've got all the evidence collected, you got all these photos printed, and you're ready to fill out the paperwork. So you got all this evidence, you got all these photos, you got all these receipts, you've got a 1 year documented relationship with your fiance. Now, you get back to the United States, you're going to fill out, go to the USCIS.gov website and go to Form I-129F, Petition for Alien Fiancé. Fill it out in its entirety. Do not miss a spot. If it doesn't apply to you, put NA or none. Print the directions for the Form I-129F. Immigration has a strict protocol. Follow the directions. No, I'm not an immigration attorney by any means. I'm not an attorney. I do not represent anybody. I'm giving you personal opinion on experience. Your fiancé is going to need a passport that has not expired. If she or he has children, they will need passports too that are not expired. If they do not have a passport, get them passports. In Colombia, it doesn't take very long to get a Colombian passport, but they need passports now. So you're going to go into the Form I-129F. You're going to fill it out in its entirety. Do not make a mistake. Fill out her name or his name properly, completely. If they have children, fill out the children's name or child's name properly, correctly. If you make one error in the name, in the processing, in the date of birth, If you input the passport number incorrectly, or if you input the expiration date of the passport incorrectly, immigration will reject your visa package, you will lose your money, and they will send it back. Or you might get lucky and you don't lose your money and they send it back and they tell you to reprocess. Here's your mistake. So when you fill out this form I-129F, pay attention to details. Do you need to hire an attorney to do this? No. An immigration attorney will not speed up the process, ladies and gentlemen. An immigration attorney will fill out the form for you. If you do not know how to read and write, and you have problems with paying attention to detail, hire an immigration attorney and pay all that money. But if you have a semblance of intelligence, and you know how to read and write, and you can follow directions, you do not need an immigration attorney. Be confident in your own ability to fill out a form. Okay, when you filled out your form I-129F, make sure that you sign it. Sign it as petitioner, not as person processing the document. That's not who you are. You're not the attorney. You are the petitioner. So you sign the form and you date it. And now the next form you're going to want to fill out is the form I-134, which is your declaration of financial support. Okay, you got to be able to show immigration that your fiance will not become a future burden on the American taxpayer, and that you are able to take care of your family when you bring them here to the United States and get married. So fill out your form I-134. Okay, it's Declaration of Financial Support. Very important. You're going to need to also fill out a form G325A. This is biographic information for deferred action. Now, you're going to need to fill out a G325A for yourself, that's a petitioner, and for your fiance, who is the beneficiary, and any children. Okay, so each person will have a G325A biographic information form filled out. Fill it out. Do not miss a spot. You're going to need to know your fiance's mom and dad, their date of birth, where they were born. Okay? This information is very important. If you don't have that information, put unknown or don't know in the block. Don't leave the block blank. Put you don't know. I don't know. Unknown. Okay? Fill out your form G325A and sign it. Now you're going to have to be in Colombia or whatever country it is your fiance lives in, and she or he is going to have to sign that form. And the children, if they're able to write, they will also need to sign the form. And then you're going to have to bring that document back to the United States and send it to immigration as part of your visa package. Okay. Now, when you fill out your K-1 visa, you filled out the biographic information, you filled out the petition request document. Also, you need to fill out Form G1145. Form G1145, you're going to put down your phone number, your cell number, and your email address. Okay? You don't want to go and mail your package off to immigration and then wonder if they got it, right? You're going to sit here wondering, did they receive it? Did they receive it? This form will be processed as soon as immigration receive your package at the dock, at the lockbox. Within a few days, you're going to get a text message saying that USCIS has received your visa package. And there's going to be a number in that text message, which is your your letter of notification. You're going to use that number to track your case. So don't lose it. And then a week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks later, I don't know how long it will take for your particular visa, but you will get a letter in the mail with that same number on it, which is your tracking number for your visa process. Then what you need to do, once you get the receipt of notice, what they will do at the lockbox is they will make sure that you paid the correct fee. It's $535 at this present time for a K-1 visa in April 2022. They're going to make sure that you signed all the documents and that you have properly filled out the documents. If you do not sign your visa documents, they will send it back, and you're going to have to start all over and wait all over. The process will start over again. Do not lose time over being stupid, because you're not stupid. You are intelligent. You're smart. You know how to do this. It's not difficult. Okay? Now, you are going to need photographs, visa, passport, visa photographs of your fiancée and her children or his children, taken within 30 days before you submit your visa package. Okay? And you take the visa photos, you have your fiancé sign the back, full name, put them in a Ziploc bag and attach it to the back of the form I-129F. Okay? You're going to write a check, and you got to fill out the check properly to U.S. Immigration. And if you don't fill out the check properly, they will reject your petition and send it back, and they won't cash the check. $535. It's got to be written properly, or it will be rejected. If you pay too much, they will reject your visa petition. If you don't pay enough, they will reject your visa petition, and they will send it back to you, and it won't even make it to the U.S. It won't even make it to the second step, which is the service center. Okay. So now, you've put together the perfect K-1 visa package. The forms are filled out correctly. You haven't missed a spot. You've spelt the names correctly. You got the correct date of births. You've put in their passport numbers. You've filled in your address correctly. You've got the visa photos taken within 30 days before you mail the visa package. So I highly recommend you get a receipt from the visa company that takes the visa photo and include it with the photographs to show the date when you got the visa photos taken, so that the immigration person can see that the pictures were taken within 30 days of this process. Okay. Put together a strong visa package. Strong. You love this woman. You love this man. You are madly in love. You want to marry her. So you're not going to put together a weak, thrown together quick visa package. You're going to put together a strong, powerful, loving visa package. Now some people say, oh, you put too much, immigration's a red flag. If you don't put enough, it's a red flag. Okay, you put too much. Load it up. Immigration are looking for a way to block you from bringing your fiancé to this country. Okay, that's their job, is to prevent visa fraud. Okay, so put together a package that's real and strong because you love this woman or you love this man. Put it together strong. Okay, lots and lots of pictures, lots of evidence of your relationship, receipts, restaurant receipts. You go to the store and buy groceries, keep the receipt. Print your at least 12 months worth of bank statements. Okay, print 12 months worth of bank statements and put them in the visa package. Include them in the visa package. Get a letter from your employer, or if you're retired from the military, or if you have a social security check, get a letter that says, this is how much money I make. You got to prove income. Include a copy of your latest tax return. Okay? Your latest tax return has to be included in the visa package. The biggest thing is, can you afford to, can you support your fiancé when you get married? Now, you go through all these hoops and you wait the time. It could be 6 months, it could be a year. You get your K-1 visa approved by the service center. What do they do now? The next thing they do is they send all that information. Now you've got the originals at your home, in your house in Florida or wherever you live, or in Colombia with your fiancé. You've got the originals, okay, in an exact copy of what you send to immigration. So if you send four binders full of stuff to USCIS, you have an exact copy, 4 binders full of stuff with the original documents at your house where you live or with your fiancé. Include in the K-1 visa copies of the biographic page of your passport and your fiance's passport and her children. The biographic page means your signature and your photo. You don't have to make a copy of your entire passport. Okay? Not necessary. You need to make copies of visa stamps when you entered the country and left the country. So you enter Colombia, you leave Colombia. The visa stamps need to be copied and blown up nice and big so the immigration officer who looks at documents all day long can see that your visa package is good. It's accurate. And they don't have to strain their eyes to see what you're putting in front of them. Put all your documents into binders and plastic like this. Let me see here. Put your documents into binder tabs like this. Your passport, your fiance's passport, her children, their children, everything, your tax return, okay? At the very top of your K1 visa package, you're going to put the check first, $535. They want to get paid, okay? And then behind your check, you're going to have your G1145, where immigration can text you and say, we got your package. Then they're going to go through this paperwork and they're going to look at it, and if it's good, they're going to send it to the service center to adjudicate your request. Once it's adjudicated and approved, you're going to get a second notice from immigration. The first notice they're going to send you will have the tracking number on it. The second notice they're going to send you, which could take a month, 6 months, depending on your package and how strong it is and the order of receipt and how busy they are. The second letter you're going to get will say, okay, your visa's approved. Now we're going to send it to the National Visa Center, which is in New Hampshire. So New Hampshire will get your 4 binders full of good stuff, all this evidence. They'll process it, and what they're going to do is they're going to call the embassy in Colombia, in Bogota. They call the U.S. Embassy in Bogota, and they're going to schedule you for an appointment for your fiancé. Okay? Now, your fiancé will have to get a medical exam by a doctor that is approved by the U.S. Embassy in Colombia. Okay? You're going to have to get her probably some more visa photos. You're going to have to get police certificates. Now, if you have a fiancé in Colombia, getting a Colombian police certificate is very simple. It takes about 5 minutes. Your fiancé has a cedula, which is a social security card. He or she will go in the computer, punch in the cedula number, and it will kick out a police certificate. This person is a good person, or this person is a bad person. It will be recorded. Get it translated into English. Into English. Translate her birth certificate into English. Now, the Spanish group is a very good translation service in California that I recommend. I'm not saying that's who you should use, but that's who I recommend. Go to the Spanish group. They'll translate anything within 2 or 3 days. Boom. $30 a sheet. Very quick. If your fiancé has a college degree from university in Colombia, get it accredited and translated into English. Okay? U.S. immigration are very interested in the education level of your fiancé. If he or she has a bachelor's degree or a 2-year degree or whatever, this is information you must include in your visa package. Okay. So the National Visa Center in New Hampshire schedules the appointment, and they schedules the medical exam and the biometrics. Your fiancé will have to go and get fingerprints taken, biometrics done at a location that will be given to you by the National Visa Center in an email. So make sure you check your emails. Okay? Keep an eye on your emails. And if you want to keep track of your status for your case, use that tracking number and create an account with USCIS where you can punch in that tracking number and keep abreast of what's going on with your visa package. Okay, so you have your medical appointment scheduled for your fiancé. She has a biometric scheduled. She gets all this done, and you have to pay the visa fee, okay, to the U.S. Embassy. Ain't nothing free. Pay for the medical exam, pay for the visa fee, pay the visa fee, go to the appointment, and then your fiancé will be asked a few questions or a bunch of questions about your relationship, and then that person, after you've waited a year or 9 months or 6 months, That one person will decide whether your fiance can enter the United States or not. So make sure your relationship is real. Make sure it's for real, ladies and gentlemen, because U.S. immigration will block her or him at that office, and you wasted a whole year. Totally gone. And the money, too, that you spent. So make sure this is a real relationship. So, your fiance passes the immigration interview. She or he turn in their passport. They turn in the passport. And within about a week or so, the visa will be embossed into her passport or his passport, and then a drop-off point or pick-up point will be given to you where you can pick up your passport. Now, my recommendation is you go to the immigration interview with your fiance. You can't probably go in there with her. Maybe you can. It's up to the immigration officer. But I would be in country when this is all going down. Okay? It's not fun. It's highly stressful. So be with your fiance and be there for her or him. Okay, a week passes. You get your passport back. Your fiance's passport has a beautiful visa inside it, and she or he's got 6 months to use it. It's a one-way ticket to the United States of America. There ain't no coming back, unless, of course, your fiance doesn't like it in the United States, and then she can fly back. But there's no return. The visa's good for one direction. You accompany your fiance to the United States. You get off the plane at the airport in whichever state that you live in. You're going to go through another immigration interview at the check-in. It's a face-to-face meeting that you have been admitted into the United States legally. Okay? A Form I-194 will be created, which is an entry date and time into the United States. You will need that form when you adjust the status of your fiance from, once you get married, okay, you're going to have to do an adjustment of status from fiance to spouse. And that's when you apply for the green card. That's when you apply for the green card. This entire process, although stressful, is not difficult if you follow directions, you pay attention to detail, you read the directions on the USCIS.gov website on how to process these forms. This is for a K-1 visa, okay, a marriage visa. You must enter the United States with your fiancé and get married within 90 days. If you do not get married within 90 days, she will be deported and asked to leave the country. If she marries a different person when she enters the United States and not you, she will be removed and will be told to go through the process all over again with a different visa form to a different person. Follow directions, pay close attention to detail, submit as much stuff as you can, have a minimum of 1 year in the relationship at a minimum. At a minimum. You got to make sure you know this person before you jump through all these hoops and bring them to this country. Make sure the relationship is real. Make sure you're real. It's real. This is a basic overview of the K-1 visa process. Okay. There are websites you can go to and look at the process. There are YouTube videos you can watch. But this is just the basic way, the basic process for a K-1 visa. I recommend that you send the visa via UPS or FedEx, okay, to track it closely and make sure it gets to the lockbox. I recommend that you remain calm and patient through the whole process. Do not get frustrated. Do not get angry. Be calm. If your relationship is real, your visa will be approved unless there's any malicious problems in the visa package or there's a criminal background that cannot be overcome. But if everything is good, your visa will be approved. You get married, and the visa, you get a 2-year green card, a probationary 2-year green card, and within 3 months of this green card expiring, you have to file for a second green card, which is for 10 years. And then during this process, I strongly recommend and urge your fiance become American, become a U.S. citizen. And then you won't have to fill out any more immigration paperwork. Have a fantastic rest of the day. This is Diego, your international video producer, signing off. See you in Colombia.